Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy MegaLinkJoland here. I just got back from FanimyCon by the time I'm recording this video, so hope you're all having a good one today. Happy Pride Month for those of you who celebrate it. I don't, I'm not LGBTQ myself. I'm straight, but anyway, I hope you're having a good one. So today I have some unfortunately sad news to share with you. And unfortunately, when it was announced back in April, it was no April Fool's joke. So, as many of you cosplayers and crafters like myself have heard, Joann Fabrics has sadly gone out of business. They recently filed for bankruptcy earlier this year, and by the end of May of this year, it is sad to announce that Joann Fabrics is no more, as in, it is completely out of business. As a loyal customer of Joann Fabrics, I am unfortunately devastated by this news, of course. There have been some attempts to save Joann's, and sadly none of them have gone through. And sadly, it is now in the graveyard of businesses that have sadly closed, along with Borders Books, Papyrus, Radio Shack, and like I said, there have been some attempts that to save Joann's before it went out of business. I mean, just like Radio Shack did for a couple of times. I mean, Weird Al Yankovic did a commercial for Radio Shack, and even that could not save them. All joking aside, many of us are devastated by the loss of Joann's. So, as many of you have heard, by the end of February of 2025, the company had begun liquidating all of its processes and assets to the point where it was only a matter of time before it would eventually go out of business. And like I said, as a loyal customer of Joann Fabrics for years, I have bought many cosplays such as the fabrics such as the ones behind me right now that's on my mannequin. I am naturally devastated by the news of this, and saddened that Joann Fabrics has gone out of business. So if any of you are devastated by the loss of Joann Fabrics like I am, please let me know in your comments. Let me know in the comments below. So, Joann Fabrics originated and was founded in 1943, 82 years ago, in Cleveland, Ohio, by the founders of Hilda Reich, Berthold Reich, Justin and Alma Zimmerman, and Sigmund and Matilda Rothbard. Back then it went under a different name, which was originally called Cleveland Fabrics. Cleveland Fabric Shops from 1943 to 1963, and after 1963 it was re-established fabric centers to 1998, to the point where it would be known as Joann Fabrics. Its headquarters were originally located in Hudson, Ohio, on Darrow Road 5555. Joann Fabrics became a public corporate tradition of American stocks such as multiple national fabrics, hobbies, paints, and all sorts of wonderful arts and crafts stuff that many of us, including myself, have been dedicated to over the years. By March 2006, a man named Darrell Webb became the chairman and CEO of Joann Fabrics. Prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, the chain had lost over $500 million in its fiscal year. By the end of 2022, it had recovered some of the money that was lost, over $200 million to $212 million, to gross new customers, and its sales have increased to over since then. How on March 2022, 21, Joann Fabrics went public to the Nasdaq Stock Exchange and then tried to gain some of its lost liquidations. However, during the COVID-19 pandemic, it was at risk for losing many public criticisms and became concerns for elderly customers, and which, of course, many companies naturally shut down due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I should know because I was a former employee at for Sherman Fine Papers and Joann's, Papyrus back in 2019, and I was working there for 2 years, and sadly it became one of the many companies that had lost its company due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and due to this many businesses had to shut down. In 2023, in September of 2023, Joann announced that it would be laying off an unspecified number of administrative employees, which would eventually, unfortunately, would lead to its public bankruptcy. Joann filed for bankruptcy on Joann filed for Joann filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection on March 2000. Joann Fabrics filed for bankruptcy protection on March 18th, 2024, and the company planned to cut over $500 million in debt to a specifically privately held company. However, that would sadly not last long. On January 15th, on February 12th, Joann's announced that it would close the 500 remaining locations, which eventually were closed to every single location throughout the country and possibly the world. I am not sure how many I'm not sure how many stores were worldwide in Joann Fabrics, and sadly, it's also let many people out of business. Sorry if I'm losing my words here. It's just really heartbreaking for me. Again, I've been a loyal customer for Joann's for years, as many cosplayers who make their cosplays from scratch. I should know, because my Regal Work cosplay from Over the Garden Wall, many of its fabrics actually came from Joann's. Now, in my opinion, the real victims of bankruptcy and losing a company like Joann's are not only the customers, but the people who work for the said companies as well. I should know, because I'm a going out of business survivor myself. Following the closure of Joann's, many people have suddenly gone out of jobs. And it's never easy for anybody, believe me. Many of the customers, including myself, have lost a second home with some of their fabric stores. And while it's true there are still online stores like calfabrics.com, and I know I'm going to be a bit biased for saying this, but at least we still have Hobby Lobby and their fabric selection. Now, I try to avoid all the political behind-the-scenes stuff at Hobby Lobby, but as long as they have the stuff that I need, I'm not pressing any. I'm not going up with any complaints here. Which begs the question: is going out of business and filing for bankruptcy really the only option? Surely there had to be other ways. I mean, earlier this year in the city of San Francisco, there was a fabric store called Fabric Outlet, and unfortunately their lease was up and they had to close up shop. So now, nobody likes a company that's going out of business, believe me. We lose valuable assets, valuable customers, a second home, and it's just really hard for all of us, not just the customers, but the employees as well. The employees are now out of a job, and I'm really feeling sorry for everybody who worked at Joann's who is now have to file for unemployment. And this is hard on all of us, believe me. So I just wanted to give my sincerest condolences for everything that has been happening to Joann's, and I'm sad to see it go, as I'm sure you are. So if you have any good memories on Joann Fabrics and are sad to hear that it's gone, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts about this, and if you're a cosplayer, where are you going to get your fabrics now? And I hope to see you all for future videos, and I hope you have a nice rest of your day, folks.
Hey Mega fans, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like, comment, hit the subscribe button, and share this video. It would help me out a lot. Also follow me on my social media, such as my Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch channel for my live streams, and more. And if possible, leave a tip to support me on Ko-fi and Patreon. Thanks for watching again, and until then, MLJ signing off. Until next time, MegaLink fans.